Hi everyone, my name is Caroline and today we're going to be going over some research basics specifically for your argumentative research assignment. We're going to go over topic and research questions, gloss over that, your assignment requirements, the type of sources you're going to need, some research strategy you can apply while you are researching databases, and how to start researching. So let's start by glossing over your topic and research question. By now you should already have a topic and research question. If you don't, let's go over it briefly right now. What do you want to write about? If you have a pen and paper, pause this right now and write down your thoughts. What do you want to write about? You should have a topic in mind that can include subject and keywords. You should also have a question in front of it. And here's a list of questions. Question words: what, why, who, how, do, are, where, and in what ways. And you should narrow down your topic by time, groups, location, proper names, and cultural aspects. Once you include all of these, you should be able to come up with a research question. And so here's an example of a research question. What is the impact of higher education in Latinx youth in urban areas? Assignment requirements. This is the perfect opportunity to take out your syllabus and to review the requirements and the goals of your argumentative research assignment. You're particularly looking for how many sources does this assignment call for, and you're looking for how you're going to cite your sources. Is this an APA or an MLA format? You also need to figure out what types of sources are needed for this assignment. Do you need scholarly peer-reviewed sources, popular sources, a combination of both, primary or secondary? Wait, what's the difference? Well, we're about to review that right now. Your argumentative research assignment calls for extensive research of scholarly literature. You need to be able to conduct research and critically evaluate appropriate source materials so that not only can you learn more about your topic and the different points of views regarding your topic, but you can choose a position and support it with the evidence you've collected during your research. There are two types of sources. There are primary sources and secondary sources. Primary sources are first-hand experiences. They're taken at the time of an event. They are witness accounts, and they are original documentation that can look like letters, autobiographies, and interviews. Here's an example of an interview with Cesar Chavez. They can also look like diaries, newspaper articles at the time of the event, statistics, and court reports. This is an example of an excerpt taken from the diary of Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo. And they can also look like government publications, news footage, maps, and songs. This is a government publication taken from the U.S. Census Bureau. Secondary sources, on the other hand, are an analysis of a primary source. They are considered a scholar's description. They can look like biographies, news stories in newspapers, journal articles, and magazines. There is a difference between journal articles and magazines and newspapers. Journal articles are scholarly and peer-reviewed. They are reporting on research. They have a very extensive bibliography. They are very in-depth, and they're written for a scholarly audience, so you will usually see them published in a scholarly journal. An example of a journal article looks like this. This one was published in the Journal of Latinos and Education, and they are 7 pages long. And this one's 7 pages long, excuse me. Magazines and newspaper articles, on the other hand, are what we're usually familiar with. They are popular. They're very short in length, they're intended for the general audience to read, and they carry very little detail. As students, you need to be critical consumers of information, and you can do this by critically evaluating these two types of source materials. There are 3 main search strategy tips you can use to query any database. The first one is called Boolean operators. They are the terms and or not. As you can see in your upper right-hand corner, the term "and" narrows your set of results. A database will retrieve results articles that carry the terms incarceration and Latinx only, while the term "or," as you can see on your lower left-hand side of the screen, broadens your set of results. A database will retrieve articles results with the terms incarceration or Latinx, one or the other. Not, on the other hand, narrows your set of results and ignores the concepts that may be implied by your search terms. The next search strategy tip is called truncation. It broadens your search to include various word endings and spellings. All you need to do is have a root word and the truncation symbol at the end. In this instance, it's the asterisk. So we have here sun and educate. If you grab the root word sun with the asterisk, a database will retrieve sunshine, sunny, and sunlight, all terms that are used or that are applied to articles. Educate as well. It will retrieve educated, education, and educate. The last search strategy tip is called adjacency. It's also known as a force phrase command. All you need are double quotation marks. So you grab your term and you apply double quotation marks at the end, and it narrows your search by forcing the database to just look for that term. So for instance, if you want to retrieve results for Day of the Dead, double quotation marks, school to prison pipeline, double quotation marks, and people of color, double quotation marks. These 3 search strategy tips can be used to query any database to find your information sources. So far you've learned about the different types of information sources out there and some useful research strategy tips you can use to query a database. So let's go start your search at the CSULB library website. If you knew the address, go there now. If not, the address is www.csulb.edu/university-library. There are 3 main ways to start once you're in there. You can go straight to our library catalog called OneSearch. There's some useful online chat help services, some other library services, hours, and research guides. Research guides are tailored to your course. They've got helpful direct links to sources and databases, some research tips, and librarian contact information. The other way to look for information is just to go directly to a database of your choice. For CHLS 104, here's a few databases you can start with: Academic Search Complete, Chicano Database, and Soak Index. If once you're in there, you can't find an article, it's unavailable to us, make sure you look for the icon below and select it. It's the Get It at CSULB icon. This is a free service to our faculty, staff, and students, and it offers options to obtain materials not currently available at CSULB. It's free to university-enrolled students. Just make sure to sign in. If you need it and you want it, sign in. The sign in can be found at the top right-hand corner of your screen or in the middle of your screen once you've found an article. Here's some more databases for you to look for: Latino American Experience, Ethnic, Newswatch, Sociological Abstracts, PsycInfo, and Gender Watch. A list of these and more databases for your course can be found in research guides. Research guides are actually one of my favorite ways to look for material, or at least to start. They're created and curated by librarians who are subject specialists in that field of study. So they have all sorts of helpful links up there and databases, and it's just very, very helpful for you. To look for your course, you want to select research guides, which can be found below the OneSearch search box on the library homepage. Select Chicano and Latino Studies, select your course, And then on the left-hand bar, select Find Articles in Databases, and you should see a list of databases you can use to start your search. If you find that you need additional research help with your assignment, there's a few ways for you to look for some help. There's online help if you're working remotely. You need to go onto our website and look for the chat box, and it's called Ask a CSULB Librarian. You can also email the Chicano Latino Studies librarian, Susan Levano, at csulb.edu. And if you so happen to be on campus and at the library, you can look for the Research and Information Desk that's located on the first floor, and any librarian at that desk should be able to help you. That's the end of our Research Basics video. If you need anything, make sure to contact your professor, Susan Levano, or myself. I'll make sure to have my contact information in the description below. Thank you.